Another Battlefield Labs community update just dropped hot, and it's the class system part 2. That's right, so after almost 2 months, it was like 55 days, we haven't heard anything from DICE, and out of the blue, here comes the second part of the class system community update. So what's very important is they say that they are receiving feedback. They say that they know what the community wants. That's classic DICE. That's what they've always claimed. Apparently, the classes will still remain open, so there will be no class locked system. That's some bad news for Battlefield veterans, for all of those people who believe that weapons should be locked to classes, including myself. I'm not going to claim that I'm a Battlefield veteran, not at all, but I just believe that the classes need to be locked. Those weapons need to be specific to classes, and that is going to affect the game in a much more positive way. But however, that's not going to be the case. Also, they've got some changes done to the Battlefield Labs flying that in my opinion are mostly positive. Training, aka field upgrades, and other class defining features are explained very neatly. And finally, their learnings from Battlefield Labs are explained. Basically what they found, the information, data, and feedback that they've been gathering are kind of explained here. So that's basically what we're going to talk about. We're going to read through all of this article, and everything that needs to be explained will be explained in this video. Do make sure to go down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about open class system. Do you want it open? Do you want it locked? And just let me know what you think about this part 2 of the class system community update. And without further ado, guys, let's just go ahead and start the video. See what we've got here. So this community update outlines the current status of the class system in Battlefield Labs, featuring insights from early player experiences. Some systems aren't yet available in Battlefield Labs, but everything discussed here is crucial for defining class identities and achieving our goal of creating the best class system in Battlefield's history, which in my opinion isn't going to be the case with open class system. That's just not going to work in my opinion. It's not going to be the best in the series. Let's be completely real and honest about this. But maybe with the things we don't know in Battlefield Labs, maybe the final product becomes something good. But I'm just not confident that it's going to be the best in the series. So we have seen these suggestions to revert to previous systems and or closed weapons. We're keeping these in mind in our discussions as we aim to connect new and veteran players to the Battlefield experience, fostering teamwork and creating a universal understanding of our systems for the future. So what actually concerns me is that these guys are actually trying so hard basically to bring on new players, kind of convince them to play a Battlefield game. And you guys probably remember, these guys are aiming for 100 million players across the world for the next Battlefield game, which is in my opinion just completely delusional and impossible to achieve. But based on that, these people are actually trying to bring on who? They're trying to bring on 5-year-old kids playing Fortnite. They want those people to actually get in and start playing Battlefield. And because those people are new, they have no idea what a class locked system is. And DICE actually doesn't want those people to deal with it. They just don't want those people to deal with the franchise. They want the franchise to kind of quote unquote grow, as they want to call it, and go through a drastic change, giving these people open classes just to satisfy them and kind of convince them to stay and play. That's the approach. And that is why it's concerning in my opinion. These guys are trying too hard to, attract new players. And that was the main reason probably why 2042 was so bad. So I just wanted to get that out of the way, and let's just move on and see what we've got. We've collected extensive player feedback and data to improve the next Battlefield, particularly around classes. Some improvements happened quickly through Battlefield Labs testing, with balancing done via server-side commands. Other changes require new tools or client-side updates that take longer. So first of all, they're going to provide us a recap on the class system. As indicated in part 1, our current focus for classes is to have players recognize and intuitively feel the unique identity that each class brings to their squad on the battlefield. To have the interconnected systems and fundamentals of each class shape their role, while granting the freedom to customize how to execute that role. So just as a recap, quickly taking a look back at the part 1, there's a picture here. You guys are seeing the class system. There are customizable parts and a class defining part. So the customizable parts are going to be weapon loadouts, class gadgets, throwables, and training. Training is also known as field upgrades back in Battlefield 4. You guys probably know that if you've played Battlefield 4, but if you haven't, don't worry. There are explanations down there. We're going to go through through those and we're going to read through them. So you're going to basically understand what training is. And for class defining, we've got signature weapon, signature gadget, signature traits, and weapon packages. The class system is defined by two main components, customizable and class defining. The customizable components empower players to explore and push the boundaries of their role within their chosen class while still adhering to class's expectations. The class defining components are designed to enhance pick up and go playability and reinforce the expectations of your class identity. Throughout this community update, we will use Recon as the baseline example and detail its signature elements. So they're going for customizable part this time, and they are starting to explain everything that is customizable for every single class. And we're going to start by training. Training is designed to amplify the unique strength of each class, ensuring your role on the field is both impactful and strategic. Each class offers two distinct training paths that you can choose from when customizing your loadouts. They provide flat stat bonuses and benefits that enhance your performance in teamwork scenarios and objectives across various modes. Training paths are structured into 3 levels. Passive benefit available upon immediate selection of the training path. So as you spawn into the game, you are at level 0. So that is going to be a passive benefit. Whatever that passive benefit is, you will have it from the get-go. As soon as the match starts, you will have that passive benefit. For levels 1 and 2, enhanced benefits aim to improving your selected role, only earnable through team play progression and score XP. So as you play through a match, you will gain score and you will level up to level 1 and 2, each level providing you enhanced benefits to improve your selected role. For level 3, this one's very interesting. Level 3 is a one-time use ability that you manually activate and either benefits yourself, your team, or your situation in the match. So this one is not passive. You are manually going to activate this one. This is very interesting. In Recon's case, it is the ability to call in a damageable UAV to a marked position for passive spotting. So you're going to call it in a marked location and will start spotting people for you automatically. Upon activation, you will need to continue working with your team to make sufficient progress to use it again. So it's not a one-time use in a match. You will be able to use it again. You just need to work your way through from level 2 to level 3 again in order to just get to use it one more time. As you engage in teamwork or tackle mode-specific objectives, you will passively gain bonuses to each level along your chosen path. Triggering your level 3 ability resets you back to level 2 to re-earn your level 3 ability. Additionally, training path progression is reset at the beginning of each round. So to make it clear, as you reach level 3, you will have some manual enhancement that you're going to use. As soon as you use it, you're going to be dropped back to level 2 and you have to make your way back to level 3 to be able to use that again. Does that make sense? So far so good. That's making sense right now. Through Battlefield Labs, we are validating the progression rate, impact, and balance of each path, allowing us to adjust their relative usefulness and power to perform the desired role. So there's a very interesting picture here, and it's only for Recon. We don't really know about other classes. We have basically leaks that we've covered in the previous videos in the channel, but right now we are having some official Recon training right here. So we have 2 paths here, okay? One is Sniper and the other is Pathfinder. For Sniper level 0, improved auto spot speed, range, and duration. However, for the Pathfinder level 0, quadra takedowns, crouch, and prone movement. For Sniper level 1, Sniper hits highlight enemy and prevents healing. And for Pathfinder level 1, undetected by equipment except when sprinting. So that's very interesting for people who actually want to go up front, use some sort of SMG maybe with the Recon class, and you just don't want enemy tugs, enemy proxy sensors to catch you. So that's going to be very useful for those kind of playstyles. For Sniper level 2, Sniper headshots are unrevivable, which is very interesting and actually very powerful in my opinion for a sniper. And Pathfinder level 2, enemies you damage are spotted for your team. For level 3, you're going to call in a UAV to mark position for passive spotting. Level 3 is actually common between Sniper and Pathfinder training routes, and that's going to be the same for other classes as well. The level 3 is going to be common between both routes. So let's just move on. Recon specializes in long-range shooting and covert gameplay. Your training path is designed to enhance and encourage certain aspects of that role. If you find yourself being more up close and personal as a Recon player, you would benefit from selecting Pathfinder, which has improvements such as being undetected by equipment except when sprinting. Although the training system has been live in Battlefield Labs for only 2 play sessions, we have already identified a range of areas that we plan to improve before launch. Role efficiency and teamwork incentives are the priorities of this system, and Battlefield Labs continues continues to provide us with the space and time to ensure we meet these priorities. So moving on to signature weapon here, each class has a signature weapon that is intrinsically connected to their class identity, with the role of each class taken into close consideration, as covered in part 1 of this series. While each weapon can pack a punch when used in the right combat situations and be a valuable addition to your loadout, choosing to use the proficient weapon category for each class will provide you with tailored passive benefits for your role. Assault and assault rifles. Assault is the ultimate infantry fighter, responsible for leading the charge and responding to situations as and when they arise. Using an assault rifle with this class will result in faster transitions from sprint to shoot and switching between assault rifles and other weapons. Engineer and submachine guns. Engineers are positioned for destruction and repair at all costs, which means getting up close and dirty while on the battlefield. You'll benefit from improved hipfire control when using SMGs. Support and light machine guns. Being used to heavy fire situations and being in the midst of chaos, support are experienced with heavy gear, and as they lay down fire with light machine guns, they will not suffer from sprint speed penalties like other classes would if they were to use the same weapon. And finally, recon and sniper rifles. Scope sway will be decreased, and the ability to stabilize your aim by holding your breath improves with the use of sniper rifles. Being highly proficient with sniper rifles will allow for recon to be faster at rechambering between shots too. So that rechambering cycle actually will be happening faster when you play a sniper rifle as a recon. Also, we've got signature trait here. With signature trait, we aim to create a set of unique bonuses that increase the efficiency of your overall role as that class. For assault, you have enhanced mobility. We're currently looking at providing this class with reduced fall damage and no movement speed penalty that results from a fall. Combined with other class defining elements such as training, it aims to place emphasis on assault being the tip of the spear class and utilize mobility as its key strength. For engineer, you have explosive damage resistance. While assault is all about leading the charge in infantry combat, the engineer is the only class capable of repairing and dealing significant damage to vehicles. You're in highly explosive situations here, and we're theming this trait around that. We're currently providing a reduction to damage from explosions as the signature trait, and we'll be assessing within Battlefield Labs if that difference is felt between the different classes and what the right level of balance should be for a passive resistance increase or even decrease. For support, you have faster revive. Support is designed to be every squad's essential choice for defense and sustained combat. Our focus for this class was to enhance the importance of revive, protecting and supplying teammates, enabling them to rejoin the fight quickly. Currently, the signature trait for support allows faster reviving when stationary. We're using the time with our community in Battlefield Labs to monitor your feedback on the support class and the evolving expectations of support's role and identify the best aspects of this role to elevate further. And finally, for recon, we have aim spotting. We currently have recon signature trait as the ability to spot enemies while aiming down sight automatically. This is a signature trait that we are actively seeking feedback on within Battlefield Labs and are continually improving. So there's something very odd about this automatic aim spotting for recon. Imagine you're a recon. We have open class system, right? So you can play whatever you want. Imagine you're a recon and you're playing an SMG. As you aim down sight, you're not ADSing through an 8x scope, you know? You're ADSing through a red dot. So your field of view is really extended, and you might be able to just spot 10 people in one small ADS with a red dot sight. So in my opinion, they have to do something about that. They have to kind of limit that to probably 6x scopes and higher, maybe even 4x scopes and higher, or anything above 4x, because being able to do something like that with a red dot is just crazy, and it has to be out of bounds in my opinion for recon. So that was something that I just wanted to mention here. We also have signature gadgets. Class definition is central to our future gadget lineup, ensuring each class features unique gadgets with zero overlap in usage. This approach highlights and reinforces the distinct role of each class, offering gadgets that either enhance your own effectiveness or support your squad. For assault, adrenaline injector. We're equipping the assault class with an adrenaline injector that grants resistance to flash and stun effects, enhances sprint speed, reduces explosive damage, and amplifies enemy footsteps for a brief period. Battlefield Labs has already gathered substantial feedback on the adrenaline injector, which we're already taking on board for the future to ensure it's balanced across classes. For engineer, we have a repair tool, whereas in the past, the repair tool has sometimes been a choice between using it or sacrificing it for something more aggressive. Going forward, the repair tool will always be available to you, so there really is no excuse for you not to repair your squad's vehicle, right? For support, we have supply bag. Whenever you see a supply bag on the ground, you will now know that this item is capable of either healing you or providing you with a certain amount of ammo, and support will be the class responsible for this. We are currently working through the balance of this gadget through Battlefield Labs class and defining how much health or ammo you should receive, what the optimal range should be, and spam prevention. And for recon, you have motion sensor. Whether you're a sniper or a pathfinder in either a defensive or aggressive position, the motion sensor is useful for tracking enemy movement within its limited range. As a recon, it's essential to have this tool readily available to perform at your best, making it an excellent choice for your signature gadgets. And that is about that, but we have a very important part, in my opinion, that is called learning from the labs. They're very interesting and I would say somewhat positive information here, so let's just read through that and see what we have. Thousands of players began experiencing Battlefield Labs in March, and it has already resulted in thousands of feedback submissions and bug reports, allowing us to work on rapid iteration of specific gameplay elements like movement and responsiveness, whilst discussing how to improve upon areas that take longer to implement, like destruction, movement, animation, and more. Battlefield Labs is an ongoing process that has laid the foundation for us to collaborate on player-driven challenges that will impact the next generation of Battlefield games. While we continue to read through feedback and assess areas to work on, it has already been instrumental in guiding us to meaningful improvements. So about class identity and gameplay for Assault, players have emphasized Assault has a lone wolf mentality, and there is desire to make the class less self-reliant and instead enhance team play capabilities. Key areas for improvement include the weapon sling, particularly its early pre-alpha functionality, which allowed for carrying 2 signature weapons, if you guys remember that. So that is removed. Now you can't have 2 primary weapons, 2 assault rifles basically, with the Assault class. That's not possible anymore. Adrenaline Injector has also received significant feedback and will undergo improvements, including the removal of the health regeneration component, with further changes to be shared at the later date. So in my opinion, this is a completely wrong approach, although that's very good that these guys are actually hearing about the Adrenaline Injector because that was ridiculously strong. In my opinion, what they should remove is not the healing part, because you as a assault specialist kind of need to heal yourself. They're trying this to lower that lone wolf mentality. They try to remove that healing part out of the adrenaline shot, so you need a medic as a assault class, right? That's the mentality in my opinion. It has to be. But in my opinion, that's completely wrong. What they have to do with the injector is that they need to remove the cooldown, the countdown you have. You have unlimited injectors as an assault class. That, in my opinion, is completely ridiculous and should be removed. In my opinion, what they should do is they should add the healing component back to the adrenaline injector, and they need to completely just remove the cooldown and just give every assault class 2 injectors, let's say, per life, and that's it. When you use those 2, you will have nothing more until you die. So that has to be the approach in my opinion. That's going to be really better. Just let me know what you think about that down in the comment section. Can you agree with that, or you have a better idea? For Engineer, the Engineer remains in a good place, but we're exploring ways to further enhance its interactions with vehicle play. Players were able to equip dual rocket or missile launchers within earlier play sessions, and while that may have enhanced interactions between this role and destruction capabilities, it provided too much power in a single loadout, and we will be limiting this so you can only choose one at a time. So that is a very positive change. I've said this on the channel countless of times that having 2 rocket launchers is a complete waste of time. Engineer is going to be completely overpowered. So these guys have been listening to some things, not everything, clearly not everything, but these guys have been listening to some things. They probably know how ridiculously powerful Engineers will be with 2 rocket launchers, and they're now reverting that. For support is frequently played due to its abilities to revive teammates, supply ammo and health, and intercept systems. We're focusing on subtle enhancements rather than significant changes with this class. Feedback indicates that there is an abundance of supply crates taking place, and this can often cause a detrimental effect on combat and create stalemate situations due to excessive healing and ammo. We are investigating adjustments such as the crate's duration, how much it can basically resupply you, and more to ensure we strike a good balance to impact to support and other classes. In my opinion, what they need to do with these supply crates is that they just need to have some sort of duration for it. After like a minute, maybe a minute or 2, the supply crate is going to be destroyed. That's it. That's going to be a perfect fix in my opinion. And for Recon, play sessions and feedback have highlighted room for improvements with Recon, and we agree more work needs to be done to enhance its role on the battlefield. One aspect that we continue to assess feedback around is how we want to encourage specific training path playstyles for this class, strengthening disinformation and sabotage aspects of their role, and need to balance spotting capabilities. For general changes, while the list above is not exhaustive, we continue to enhance various aspects throughout the development process with gradual changes within Battlefield Labs and beyond, guided by player feedback. For example, earlier pre-alpha play sessions received a large response against ballistic armor, and this feature is no longer included in our multiplayer modes. So ballistic armor is gone, and gone for good in my opinion. Additionally, improvements are ongoing with movement and animation, as well as vehicle handling for ground vehicles and aircraft control. That's also very positive news. Our content is currently in alpha development, and some features may take longer to implement than others, depending on their complexity. However, we remain committed to keeping you informed through our community channels and Battlefield Labs as we work together to build Battlefield. So that was the entire community update, the class system part 2. In my opinion, most of these changes were completely positive, and it appears that these guys are actually listening to some of the feedback, some of the concerns of the community, but in my opinion, the main thing here still remains the same: the open class system. And while open class system might not be something super bad in and out itself, it actually shows us some sort of mindset, a mentality that's going on right now in probably EA. Not the studios working on the game, but according to previous news, in my opinion, the mentality is coming from EA. They're trying to attract newer players. They're trying to attract newer players so much that these guys are completely delusional about it at this point. These guys actually believe that they can reach 100 million players for the next Battlefield game, which is just an absurd number, and they will never be able to achieve something like that. Locked weapons to classes, in my opinion, is the perfect way a Battlefield should always be, and I'm not gonna say anything less than that will satisfy me. They can go ahead and do whatever they want with this game, but they will see the consequences. They will see the consequences because the exact same thing happened with 2042. They tried to attract newer players. They tried to attract everyone from everything, including COD, and look what happened. Everything completely backfired and resulted into 2042, one of the worst Battlefield experiences, if not the worst one. So I hope you guys enjoyed and hope this video was helpful, somewhat informative. Again, do make sure to go down in the comment section, let me know what you think about the video, the update, and everything that was said in the video. And thank you all guys for watching. Until next time, guys, stay cool.